me see. I think we're live. Are we live, Amber? It says we're live. We're live. I think we're live.
We're live. Hi, guys.
Hello. Oh my gosh. We never know what's going on until YouTube decides to refresh. So hello and welcome. I'm here with my amazing friend, Amber Coleman from Guild Mortgage. How are you?
It's always a good day when Lacey's in my office.
It's always a good day when I get to hang out with my redheaded bestie. So
love it.
We love coming to you, bringing updates about the market and also just our crazy antics when we have a chance. And, you know, when we like to go out to eat and things like that. So Amber and I like to hang out if you can't tell, but it's largely due to the fact that we have a lot of the same interests. I love her red hair.
We're always on the same vibe.
Always in the same frequency. Yeah.
I was going to say, what's the right word? Frequency.
Yeah. Yep. So we thought it'd be a good idea since it's early October, it's a new month, that we come online and talk about what the heck's going on in the real estate market, what the heck's going on in the loan world that you live in, that I am scared of sometimes. And and just answer questions. Yeah. I mean, we haven't been online. We haven't been live in a little while. I've been a little bit sick. We've been traveling. So we're back in the office, and we promise we're going to try to do these more often, but really today it's all about October. So let's do this.
And isn't October your favorite? I mean,
it's my favorite month of the year.
Just when it starts cooling down.
It's the best.
So yesterday was like weather. 75 degrees.
I know.
When I left, at least.
It's nuts too. I do these videos now on the channel that are all about events for each month, you know, like upcoming events.
Yeah.
Because everybody is constantly, what's going on in Vegas this month? And I'm like, just watch my video, you know. So it was so cool because I looked at, there's so many festivals that happen in October. It's really September, October. It's because the weather is so absolutely perfect that the festivals just take over the city. Foodie festivals, EDM festivals, music festivals.
Beautiful. I walked downstairs yesterday. I'm in downtown Summerlin right now. So I walked downstairs. If you ever want to bump into us, come on downtown. Yeah, downtown Summerlin. I walked downstairs when I was leaving, and they're cops and the firefighters and everybody was, you know, like on the street. So it was an appreciation day.
Oh, they did like a parade?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a parade, but the kids were walking around getting in the cop cars and getting in the fire department or fire trucks and stuff like that. It was really cool.
See, Las Vegas does have family-friendly events anywhere, even on the strip. So don't try to tell me we are not part of the family. So anyway, well, let's start talking about the October, just the market, kind of what's going on. It's definitely been an interesting summer, I'd say. You and I kicked off the summer not really knowing our where to put our heads. Mine was up my butt basically most of the summer, to be very honest. And it's mainly just because,
you know what, it was just in the air though.
Ooh, man.
It was all kinds of like maybe figure out who you are.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of self-discovery happening for most people this year.
Yeah.
But from a real estate perspective though, and I'd love to get your take, just how do you feel things have shifted just since, I'd say May is when things started to kind of really take off in a way where like the inventory became a little bit more limited. Things were a little bit kind of nutty, I guess is the right word. I don't even know what word to say, but like it just got frenzied, I guess. And we've seen it kind of dip and lull and come up and down.
It was like with toilet paper.
It was like toilet paper frenzy at Costco at the beginning of COVID. But it was for homes. Yeah. People were collecting the homes in their pocket and they were putting them in a cart to the side and nobody was allowed to touch them. And then they found out when they got up to the front that you could only buy one. So sorry, but you're only allowed to buy one.
Yeah.
So.
And that was the truth.
Oh my God, that's actually what happened.
That was the truth too. You just put that together just now. Too.
I did just put that together. Yes, I did. So anyway, toilet paper houses, whatever it is. How do you feel things have? Are they calming down in your world? Or are they?
It feels like they're calming down, but I mean, you constantly have a day-to-day thing. So in my world, I know obviously the housing, like the inventory is a big thing, but I know you're going to go through that in a little bit. But when I look at the rates, you know, because the rates do fuel it too. So as rates kind of move. If they're moving down, you're going to see more of a frenzy. Yeah. If they're moving up, you're going to see people back off a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
And I mean, is money still free basically right now? Like what's the deal?
It's still pretty close to free. I mean, it's pretty good right now. We are seeing, so like 2 weeks ago, the feds came out and said, you know how we've been talking about like when they start doing their tapering, when they start pulling back, that we're going to see rates going up. So they came out and alluded to tapering, you know, towards the end of the year. So at that point, the stock market kind of went crazy.
Right.
The rate started moving up a little bit, but I mean, we're still in like really good territory.
Good.
Like just a little bit.
Good.
And I don't think it's going to happen. Like it's not going to be, I don't think
it won't be like a pull the plug
going to be overnight.
Right.
It's going to be something that takes a little bit of time. Like they're going to start slowly because they couldn't pull the plug and raise the rates to like 5%
everything would come to a grinding halt.
Like everything would halt, right? So that's kind of what it sounded like. It was going to be like a 2-3 year time period where they're gradually moving everything.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I mean, that's, you know, I love that we're at least getting some can I speak today? Communication about it. By the way, just before we continue, if you have any questions about real estate or really anything about Vegas, you're thinking about moving here, please do us a favor and drop a comment. We'd be happy to answer those at the end of the little broadcast that we're doing today. But, really, it's more about information that we want to bring to you and just kind of let you hear from two real people that are just giving it like it is, right?
We're real as it gets.
We're about as real as it gets, yeah. So, it's so funny. I hear often people trying to constantly say to me, the rate's this, the rate's that, it's all going to crash. Like everyone has some opinion of something, right? It depends on what side you lean to. It also depends on what news network you watch. It also depends on what Facebook blogger you decided to follow this morning. Yeah. But at the end of the day, there's so much opinion out there that I really try to kind of hone in on the people who I have seen be consistently true in everything that they say, and that don't allow politics or anything to lean them one way or the other. And I love that we're getting communication from the government, but that always to me is like, okay, who's going to spin this and what direction they want to spin it into. So I appreciate that you always kind of remove all of that and you're just like, no, this is the reality of what it is.
Well, I search out for like the people that when I know I can trust somebody, I follow them with everything that I have. So because they're just telling the truth. I mean, and talking about that, there is a good read. I know we just talked about it.
Yes.
There's a really good read on the market, and were you going to link it to?
Yeah, so we put it in the description below. We actually, Amber just shared with me a really great Realtor.com article. And by the way, as a realtor, we love Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, all of those awesome websites. Just know that when you're searching for a home, you really want to connect with an actual realtor who can connect you to our MLS system. The MLS system is going to be the most up to date, but Realtor.com does a lot of great research. They have a lot of smart people that work there. And this article really,
the article was pretty amazing. And it's kind of like what we've been talking about. I mean, I remember we sat a year and a half ago when everything started, when people weren't sure, is it going to crash? And you were pulling back, when toilet paper was going crazy, right?
Yeah. People were putting it in the cart.
Yeah. We sat, and I remember saying, like when we were on Zoom, because we didn't want to sit together and stuff like that, that we felt that this pandemic was going to make home more important, right?
Yeah, home has never been more impossible. And because of that, more impossible, more possible. Is it Mercury retrograde?
Hello. You know what? It really is Mercury.
It is Mercury retrograde.
I can't even talk either.
Yesterday was the strangest day of my life. So I'm definitely aligning it with the moon or whatever the hell's going on with the planets. But so absolutely. Home has never been more important. Look at me. What is wrong with that? I was thinking
it really truly is more
I'm out. I gotta go.
Retrograde right now. But
so the article we're talking about is called "Why is the U.S. Housing Market So Out of Whack? What Home Buyers Need to Know Right Now." So if you're interested in reading this article, we both agree that it really has a pretty strong kind of, stance on what's really going on that we both, I think, follow and believe in. And this is not because we're trying to sell you a house or trying to get you to get a loan. It's because we want you to have the truth that's an unbiased truth as much as possible. Yeah. So again, we've linked it in the description below. Feel free to go down there. And while you're down there, there's a couple of channels you could also subscribe to and a link if you'd like to chat with me or Amber or anybody from our team just to ask questions about your specific situation. So keep that in mind. But so I'm bringing it up here, and it's basically saying there's never been a housing market quite like this before. Duh, we get that. And they're basically saying that we're pulling double duty as realtors, as well as loan officers, as therapists, as consoling heartbroken home buyers, who are literally offering on 17 to 25 homes before they get approved. We are genuinely seeing such a shift in how we do our business and how we service our clients or serve our clients on top of the fact that the market is changing. It's really an interesting juggling act, I gotta say.
It really is, yeah.
But give me kind of your best high points from this article that you really felt cool about.
There's a lot that has to do with the construction, because that's going to play when you're talking about, are we going to crash? Are we not going to crash? Are we going to do this? Yeah. I mean, that's really the question right now that everybody's afraid of.
That's what everyone's waiting for.
I personally don't think that we are. I personally think that it was too close in our memory banks, and there was so many laws put into place when that happened. But this kind of explains, it goes through years and years of it even goes back to 1981, where the rates were and the graph of what it's done since then.
Like the numbers don't lie, truly. The numbers don't lie.
Yeah. So the graphs that it shows, it talks about the construction and, what the lumber's doing and what, the different things that the construction area is going through. In the end, it doesn't think that there's going to be any type of crash. It believes that it's going to take us a couple years to be able to get the inventory that we need.
I think it's going to take more than a couple of years, honestly. I mean, I read some article a couple of weeks ago, something about how there's 4 million, we'd have to build 4 million homes this year to catch up to what we're behind on. So that ain't going to happen, especially with everything else going on. So it's basically saying home prices have grown and soared after COVID-19, and they remain high, and they're probably going to remain there. We might see a little bit of a market correction, which would be great.
Yeah, during certain times of year.
But I think for anybody watching this who might be waiting for a crash in order for them to cash in on that deal or whatever, it's just not really in the cards, at least from what the numbers are telling us, and at least what this article states.
Not with all everything that's out there. And, you know, also the rent prices. The rent prices make a big deal. So if you're going to have to go and rent something for an obscene amount of money, you know, and you could buy it for the same, like that kind of tells you right there that
Absolutely.
We're not going to be.
So we have low inventory, just to kind of paint the picture. Because of the COVID-19, there's a lot of people who aren't moving out of their rental homes, which aren't freeing up new inventory. It's also with the home prices spiking and also job loss and things like that. There's a big kind of messy pot of stew that's creating an opportunity for us homes to serve the people who want to purchase. So it drives everything up. Prices of the homes go up, prices of rent go up, and it just becomes a bit of a conundrum because people who want to rent can't afford to rent anymore. They might want to buy, they might not be able to buy. The people who want to sell their home and cash in on their equity, great, but where are they going to go? It's just it's a big circle of a mess, right? So
and
with
it's
that,
kind of bringing confusion, right?
People don't know what to do. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So with us, you know, we're definitely just trying to bring forth new information so that you can kind of get a clear picture without looking from one side to the other, without leaning any direction, to understand what might be in this for you. If you're a homeowner and you want to sell your home, you know, is now the time to sell? I would say, yeah, I mean, definitely take advantage if you have somewhere to go, or you might be looking to downsize. If you're looking to grow, no problem as well, but you have to take all these things into account.
Yeah.
And with Amber,
you got to look at a lot more questions than you did in the past.
Yeah. And, you know, if that's going to be the case where you still have to buy after you sell, now would be an awesome time, or very soon, at least in the next year or two, because there is going to be a market correction, as they've stated from the feds, when it comes to the rates, right? So while money is cheap and basically freaking free, you know, this is a good time to consider it. So this isn't a sales pitch. This is just more information, but I want to make sure that we're kind of circling it back to, I know y'all think there's going to be a big old crash. We don't believe that's going to happen. And we've been saying it since the beginning. We've been saying it since the beginning. We've been very consistent about the fact that we know this has made home more important. This has made it more important for us to be a little bit more aware of what we're getting ourselves into. It's going to make it more important for people to be mindful of how they're spending their money and where they're spending their money. And it's just been very interesting because it's all played out that way. Yeah. From a market perspective, I would love to pull up the MLS and just talk about so in real estate, kind of stinks. We always are looking backwards by a month rather than forward. I love the opportunity to look forward, but we don't have a lot of stats other than historical to help us tell the picture or paint the picture of what's happening next. So we're now in October. I would love to be telling you right now in this moment, which I'll talk about in a second, what's happening. But our median price is from the last month in September hit $406,000.
Whoa!
Yeah. So we are up. We're literally up.
It was less than 300,
like
not that
4
long
months ago. Yeah. So we are up a 20% year over year, which is a lot. So I'm not afraid of that number still, because I will say Las Vegas is still very affordable, very freaking affordable.
Yeah, especially compared to a lot of places that are out there. Yeah.
The new median price for new listings, though, so keep this in mind. So the sold price is $406,500, which is our median price for the last month. Our new listing price, so all the new homes currently hitting the market, which are going to bring that median price up, are being listed median price at $430,000. So there's a $24,000 difference between the current sold median price and the current listing price. What that means is, let's say you're coming into the market right now and you want to buy. You're thinking 406 is the median price. That's kind of be what I'm going to spend, whatever you're looking at. The reality is the new listings hitting the market are taking into account all this new recent growth, and they're having appraisals done, and they're seeing that the appraisals are coming in and matching, for the most part, what the homes are being listed for. So each and every time there's someone that takes a little bit of a risk and lists it a little bit higher, or the market surges, or there's a comp in the area that happened to sell a little bit higher, then market follows. So I do foresee our median price continuing to go up. I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 410 by the end of the year.
Just by the people that are writing offers in that range are still having to
they're fighting. Yeah. And so when it comes to writing an offer for a home right now, you know, earlier in the year, oh my goodness, I'll tell you, earlier this summer, it was.
You look like you have a little PTSD.
I'm going to throw up right now actually thinking about it. Oh God, I just got nauseous.
PTSD in the head.
You know, we were having to write 10 to 20 offers sometimes for homeowners, or pardon me, buyers who are within the $200,000 to $400,000 range, because that's the most sought after kind of area of the market, right? It's the most juicy, crunchy. It's single family homes that, you know, you can resell and you can tout. A lot of these companies are coming in, and they're coming in to purchase up all these homes, buying them cash, closing them in 10, 15 days. So most of those are already limited inventory. And then beyond that, you've got hedge funds coming in to just swoop them right up. So it's really been a dog eat dog world in that realm. So we were writing 10 to 20 offers for every single person, and it was really becoming very frustrating. I will say during the summer, it slowed a little, very little bit.
It was right when the city opened.
Right when the
People
city
were like,
reopened,
okay, housing's not my only entertainment now.
Yes. And then we're now at a place where school has restarted, fall is kicking in, and we're getting to see that happening again. But I will say, we started to see a lot of homeowners get a little greedy.
Yeah.
Which, listen, you have every right to do that.
Happen.
The greed happens. You have every right to be greedy. This is your investment. You want to cash in on it. So there was a lot of like digging in the heels on repairs and digging in the heels of price, and you have to pay over list value. The great news for you, if you're thinking about coming and you're thinking about just kind of pulling the trigger and making this happen, is, that we're seeing that kind of calm just a little. I don't know that it'll stay, but for right now in this moment, we're seeing people being able to make an asking price, like it's listed at $430, they offered $430, and everything's great. Nobody's paying over appraisal, like some more normalized looking home purchase contracts. So that's been awesome. And then we're also seeing not as much of a frenzy for some of those homes, which is great. So I don't know if the hedge funds are stopping or pausing, or if they run out of money or what, I don't know what, but it's been really nice.
Not as many cash offers.
Not as many.
Hedge funders would be cash offers.
100%. So that's what I was saying. Did they run out of money? I don't know what that looks like. But so good news for you is, for the moment, and don't hold me to this all year long, but for the moment, we're seeing a small, little bit of a breath.
Breathing room. Good time right now.
We'll see. We're definitely still seeing prices climb. Every new listing nudges it up a little bit more. So, waiting for a crash is just not something we're going to recommend for you. Just please don't wait for the crash. If you're considering buying, we would love to see you strike while the iron is warm, not completely, going to burn the crap out of your hands. So, from an inventory perspective, which is our biggest concern right now, Amber, is like we, over the last few months have seen it go as low as 1 month worth of inventory or less, which means we only have enough for basically 1 month of number of people who are moving here to move in and go and buy. Like, that's not a good thing. We would love to see it at 6, 7, 8, 9 months. That gives it a lot far more evenly distributed market, to where sellers and buyers are getting a good deal. Everybody's kind of coming and meeting in the middle. With that low of inventory, and last month it was 1.1 months of effective availability for the homes.
Oh, yay, we got 1.1.
We got 1.1. We got over the 1 mark.
A little bit.
Woo! With that being said, we really are seeing the sellers dig in, and with the low inventory, sellers are ruling the roost a little bit. Yeah. So as a buyer, come in flexible, come in ready to fight for what you want, and come in with some extra cash in your pocket just in case you have to fight. So.
The good news though is I've seen the appraisals really, like, I'm getting a lot. I haven't even really seen any short appraisals this week,
which is great.
So the appraisers have caught up.
Yeah. So what that does for you as a buyer is it makes you feel more confident in buying a home that's worth what you're paying. It also helps your lender fund the entire amount of the loan, so you're not having to come out of pocket above that loan amount to make sure that you get the house. So these are really important things to consider and think about when you're looking at your financial structure and what you think you're going to do to make sure that you can get your butt out here to Vegas and live your best Las Vegas life. So from a moment right now in this moment, and this is what is this, Wednesday? It's Wednesday.
This is the exciting part.
This is exciting.
I don't see this until you pull it up. I do love it because this tells you. It does tell you everything, like what the market's doing, if it kind of moves up.
In this moment, a lot of people are listing homes on Thursdays and Fridays, and they are basically having offers and they're off the market by Monday or Tuesday. So this is Wednesday. So this is before the big surge of the weekend. And big surge, I use that loosely, right? We have about 4,825 homes on the market. That's every kind of home you can think of: condos, single family, manufactured townhomes, the works. If we were to just make it just about single family homes, it pops down to 3,893. And if we look at some of the price ranges that I was just talking about, Amber, if I go over here to look at,
but just to put that in perspective, like a buyer's market would probably need about 8,000 or above.
100%. Thank you.
Yes. We're still in a seller's market right now.
Very much in a seller's market, and we will be for a while.
In the crazy time, it got down to 1,000.
It was less than 1,000. At one point, it was less than 1,000. It was one point it was 900. I was like, oh my god, there's 900 homes on the market, and there's 5,000 new people moving here per month.
So it is doing better.
It does not help.
That's when like 25 offers, it wouldn't matter because they're gonna pick the highest hedge funder that came in there paying cash for it.
So if we're looking at under 400,000 for single family homes, there's a little over 1,100 homes available. Good news for you, not everybody's looking for a single family. Some people want a condo, some people want something else. When you look at townhomes and condos combined, there's less than 700. There's 650 available.
I would have thought there would be more.
Yeah. So for a while there, we had pretty high condo inventory. We were seeing condos start to get listed, and it was like, oh, great. There's at least that coming on the market. I have not seen them continue to grow. That's kind of slipping a little bit. But this is under 400,000. If I look at, if I look at 400 to 600,000, just to give it a range. From a condo perspective, there's not quite a lot of condos that are priced at that, but there are 70, just so you know, townhomes and condos. But if we're looking at single family, which is the majority of the buyers, you've got about 1,500 that are available for right now. And this is before the weekend, before new listings hit the market, things like that. If you're not in this business, these numbers probably mean nothing to you, but I want to make sure you're at least seeing what we look at when it comes to understanding what we're walking into. So when you do click that link in the description below, and you're going to do that, right? When you're ready to buy. I think you are. You've got to work with us. Why would you not work with us? I mean, I haven't done a song and dance yet. Maybe that's what's missing.
Maybe you need to do the song.
I'll do a song and dance before we're done. Anyway,
that before the end of the live.
What I need you to know is like we are very strategically taking a look at your specific situation, your timeline, how much money you have, what your goals are, what part of town you want to be in, and we're going to be very blunt and honest about what you're going to be able to get for that budget. We don't want to pull rose-colored shades over your eyes and make you think everything's going to be dreamy. It's going to be great. We want to make it great. We want to land you here in a soft, beautiful, cuddly blanket and help you, warm up to Vegas.
I like how you visualize that.
I am very visual. But the reality is these are the numbers that we're going off of, and these will be more explained in a detailed fashion when we do that intro call with you and we do have a conversation with the agent on our team that you are assigned to. So lots of good information. I do highly recommend that you. We got a bunch of comments here. I do highly recommend that you take a look at that link in the description, not just to say hi to us, but definitely the link in the description that talks about that article that we were just talking about. I think it's really good information. I'm so glad you shared it.
I think it's I was excited to read it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what's going on in the loan world? I know there were some changes recently with the conventional loans.
Yeah. So every year as the market kind of changes, we'll see conventional FHA, VA come out with like a higher loan limit. So conventional came out with 625 is the conventional loan limit. Wow. It moved from 548 to. It doesn't feel like that long ago.
God, that was talking about 9 months ago or something, wasn't it? A year?
Yeah, but that went by fast. Well, it was January, I think, the last time we talked about it.
Oh yeah, okay.
But 625 is probably the biggest move, which rightfully so.
Yeah,
it should have moved that high because of what the market's doing right now. And what that means is that under 625 means you have better terms, so you can put down less money.
Oh, cool.
You have, the conforming rates that you're going to see online and stuff like that. That's under 625. Above that is jumbo. So jumbo has tighter restrictions, and you have to come in with more money down.
That's
so that
awesome.
625 number is really
so many
important.
More people a chance to buy.
So it's taking more and more people out of the jumbo range because remember that 625 is after the down payment. It's a loan amount.
That's awesome.
So you have to be at. So it definitely gives people more opportunity to buy, more of your dream house out there.
I love that.
And we should be hearing from FHA soon.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah, so FHA has been adjusting a ton, like just in general. They adjust all the time, obviously, every year. But every year, yeah. But it feels like, I feel like January was just yesterday, maybe is why it feels like
because we talked about this in January.
Right, January feels like yesterday.
Right when they were coming out, right? We did talk about all this. So
when and if FHA does change their limit or do anything changing, we'll definitely come on live and share with you. And why that's important to you is FHA is often kind of a first-time home buyer program. It's not always a first-time home buyer program, but it's very often used by first-time home buyers. A lot of times used by,
and you can add grants to it. You can add grants to some conventional loans too, but not all of them. But yeah, FHA is a lot of times first-time home buyer.
It gives you a chance to come in with a lower down payment.
Lower down payment. It has really good rates to it. The mortgage insurance is set no matter what your FICO score is.
That's cool.
It's definitely a benefit. It's a really good program.
Okay. And you said grants. Can we talk about grants?
Yeah.
Are there still grants available?
There is. Yeah.
There's still free money. Excuse me. Tell me more about free money. What kind of free money?
The free money.
I love free money for people. Come on. And what I love is that so many people are stressed about not being able to come out of pocket to pay above list value if they need to win a home, but you can utilize grants to kind of offset that sometimes, right?
So like if you had,
hold on.
I know, right? Oh, I love the face right now.
I love free money. I love go. I love this. Go.
I'm excited. Okay, so if you had, like, say you had to fight, you had to compete, right? And you have a limited amount of money. You can use that money for anything over appraisal, plus your closing costs. Use the grant for down payment. So there's definitely ways to make it work with what you have. So
is any other loan officer coming online telling you about the fact that you can use someone else's money, free money, to put towards your down payment while you're using your money to actually win the home of your dreams? I didn't think so. That's why you need to click the link in the description below if you're thinking about it. Oh my God. I freaking love this. And I love you so much, by the way.
I love you too.
What's going on with VA loans? for our beautiful veterans? Nothing's changing?
VA, nothing's really changing on VA. VA is amazing. Thank you for your service.
Do you know about VA loans?
But VA loans are the best because it really doesn't matter how high. They changed this a couple years ago. I think it was a time moves so fast. It's hard to say how long
it is.
But like, you know how conventional has their loan limits, FHA has their loan limits. VA took those away. So you can 100% buy.
What was that? I'm sorry.
VA took their loan limits away.
Oh,
and
so
they're
if you're
100%
a veteran,
financing.
If you're a veteran who has served our country, thank you again for your service. You already know about the VA loans, I'm sure, because that's an amazing benefit.
It's the best that's out there. Yeah.
Now you don't have any limit on what you can purchase. You have to obviously qualify, but you have no limit, and it's 100% financing because that means what? No down payment.
No down payment.
I'm sorry. No,
in the jumbo world,
payment.
That's not happening anywhere.
Oh my God.
The VA,
I love it.
Plus their rates are amazing.
Yeah.
The only downfall about VA is there's the VA funding fee, but if you have disability through VA, you don't pay that.
Awesome.
So so it's real. I mean, but even that with the VA funding fee, it's still better than mortgage insurance and everything else you're going to pay. So thank you for your service.
Thank you for your
amazing program you could do.
I love it. All right, let's answer some questions before we hop off here. I hope you guys are enjoying this information. You know, Amber and I always have a good time. I'm going to try to get her to come out to dinner with me another time because I know you guys are missing those dine with us.
Oh, yeah.
Events.
Those are fun.
It's also nicer out. It was way too hot for a while, though. We were like, we won't wait till summer's over.
It did get hot, yeah.
Tish says, hey. She wanted to just say hey, and she's excited to get updated. Paul says there's people who have been waiting for the crash for 8 years. Waiting does not seem to be a good plan.
They have been. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Paul. No more waiting is what we have to say.
I mean, honestly, when you talk about the crash, though, too, TRID, right? Yeah. If you just look up TRID, that
TRID.
Yeah, those are the laws that came about to prohibit all that happened before not to happen again.
Yeah. And yes, we're in a very unique and different situation that we're still navigating, but it's the crash happened before for very different reasons, and a lot of people cannot seem to get it out of their head that this is just like in 2007.
Yeah, because they're seeing the values go up and up.
It's not. Yeah. So this is a very, very different reason. So all right, we're gonna scooch down here. Let's see. Any homes or good apartments for rent? Vegan lady 35. Hell yeah, there's a lot of really good homes for rent. Apartments they're not really a big thing out here. People don't buy apartments as much. There's more condos. There's a link in the description below. I have something on my tooth. That was weird. There's a link in the description below if you want to just set up a call with us. We'd be happy to share with you. I do want to say too, we recently joined a new brokerage, Xpand Realty. Do me a favor if you have a chance, just Xpand over on YouTube. Just find our YouTube channel. We're just getting it started. We're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff, but subscribe if you can. But with that being said, our real estate brokerage now, Randy Hatada is our broker, and he's been in this industry for a really long time. He's very knowledgeable.
Seems like a smart guy.
He's smart. He's fun. He's awesome. He's just amazing. I'm so grateful to have him just by my side. And what I love about him the most is that he has done a really good job of building up more than 500 homes that we manage as a property management team at the brokerage. So that means we have access
to a lot
of
leverage.
500 off the market inventory homes that might want to sell that you could have visibility to that most people don't see. So just saying, there's another reason to click that link.
Cool.
Let's see. Miss Wenley says, just wondering how property tax works in Vegas. Is it true that if I buy resale, the property tax transfers to the new owner irrespective of how much the home sold for?
Yes, that's very true. I actually do want to point out something for property taxes. So yes, when you buy a house, the taxes are based off when the house was built. And then we pull it up, we find whatever it is, and that's the taxes that are assessed to you. Here's one thing I do want to point out because I've had a lot of phone calls recently. Is it didn't used to be like this, but if you're buying the house, the second home or investment property, Clark County raises the taxes. So you're at a higher rate. This year, they even raised it higher and kind of caught us all off guard.
What's it at now? Do you know?
Well, it says there's a 7.7% cap on the assessor's office. And that when I see that, it makes me, so basically
what they did. Nervous?
No, it makes me call the client and say, hey, they have your house listed as a second home primary and you're living in it.
Get it switched.
So get it switched. So a lot of people, I've had to call them and say, hey, call the assessor's office because they have your taxes listed wrong. And basically, if you didn't send them over a form that probably looked like junk mail, they have you listed as second home or other, which is higher taxes.
Yeah, so, and that's a one annual thing that they send that out once a year, right?
I didn't realize it because it just changed a couple years ago, but I think it's going out once a year. Yeah. But it's happening to more and more people. So
you don't have to wait for that mail. You can just call them and make the change.
Just make sure that you have it right if you're already a homeowner. But if you're buying a house, yes, the taxes here are amazing. Like they're way lower than
they're less than 1% on average. Typically, they're less than 1%. They're anywhere from 0.9 to 1.5. It just depends. You know, it really just.
But
depends.
even if it's older, I'm seeing
it's
a
on
lot
the
lower
assessed
than
value
that.
also. And the assessed value is like 40% of what the actual value is most of the time, if not less. So
you're gonna like taxes.
Yes, that's one of the major reasons why people are moving here. Property taxes and no state income tax.
You get a big old fat raise.
Hey girl. Okay. Mahalo for answering my question a few days ago. Can I do real estate sales part-time or is it full-time basis? Sai, you can do real estate as little or as much as you want. Real estate is an awesome job. And I do love that there are so many realtors in the city who, you know, they only do it for their own deals or their family or just a few friends. They don't go out and try to make it a career. So yes, you can do it part-time. Good question. Steve says, I bought in January thanks to Amber and real estate agent Rachel. Thank you, Steve. Steven Pereira. Oh, I am so bad. Okay. No. I was wondering, was my appraised price affected by market availability? Does that make sense? Appraisals are often they are affected. They are adjusted with market availability is one component, but it's really the comps in the area that they go off of, right?
They're going to go off of Steve. By the way, I love you.
Yeah, I remember Steve now. I remember her
like amazing story. I'm so proud that you got into your house. But when you're talking about the appraised value, it's based off of the houses that have sold recently
within the last 6 months, within 1 mile radius.
So buying in January, yay for you, because now the houses are a lot higher than where they were.
I know market availability does play into it from a mindset perspective because it is really just someone's opinion, the appraiser's opinion of the home based on comps and all that. But I know market availability, understanding that there's a surge definitely plays into it. But I'm sometimes thankful. And I say sometimes because it really sucks sometimes too. But I'm sometimes thankful for the appraisers because I feel like they bridle us a little bit from getting out of control. I mean,
they do.
So that's their job, right? Yeah. They're keeping us honest. So I do appreciate it sometimes because I know that they see the market, but they're again not leaning one way or another. They have to look at the facts and try to keep things mindful. But yeah, as every month goes by and the availability shrinks and the prices go up, of course it's going to affect.
And they have to definitely keep track of like what's happening in certain areas, so that they know. Because right now they're having to do adjustments. If something closed in March and we're closing, I'm saying March, but it's like June and we're closing in September, then they have to make an adjustments for 3 months. So they're going to have to know if the market's moving up or down at any time. So it
does affect it.
You have to pay attention.
Not a direct effect, but it absolutely overarching for sure.
Yeah.
Really great question. Thank you for that, Stephen. And congratulations. And thank you for working with our team. And I hope to see you at our upcoming really cool client events that we're about to send some information out about. Stay tuned.
Excited to see you, Steve.
Paul Amber, he says, if I'm buying a home to immediately rent out for income, what percentage down payment do lenders look for? Great question, Paul.
I know. So that would be an investment property. So if you're looking to rent it out, it depends on what rate you want. The best rate on an investment property is putting 25% down. You can do a loan with as low as 15% down on investment property, but it does add to your rate, and then you have some mortgage insurance with that too. So most investors will want to do 20. Most of them actually pick 25% down because they're trying to capitalize on what they can get monthly from the amount of rent that's coming in. So they're trying to keep their payment as low as possible.
Great question.
That was a really good question.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Keep them coming. Kaiser says, what's the VA entitlement amount in Clark County?
The VA entitlement's at $36,000. So what I'm assuming that you're asking is if you have a couple different VA properties. So VA, there's no limit in Clark County to what you can buy, but if you have another VA property somewhere else and you go to buy a property here, then it's the conforming loan limit, which is $625. So that's what we're combining both of them together with. If that makes sense.
You're literally speaking an awesome. No, I'm totally understanding.
When we're talking about VA, it's like confusing in how they do it. So it's hard to like explain it quickly like that. But $625 if you have multiple VAs. If you don't have them, then if you don't have multiple VAs, then you're not limited.
She speaks a beautiful lending language that I don't understand. I understand, but I could never.
I know. I was like, oh, this is going to be confusing to try to say it. And
people who are raised speaking Spanish, but they don't speak it, they just can understand it. I literally feel like that's what I'm doing with you. If you want some more information specifically about that, Amber's happy to run those numbers for you. I volunteer you. She loves doing it.
I do love doing it. Yeah.
So let us just click the link. We're not going to pressure you guys to buy. We genuinely just want to provide information because, when you're ready to buy, we hope you come back to us. So let us know. Great question. Okay. What disability percentage do you have to be in order to avoid the funding fee?
I believe it's 10%. Really what I do is I pull I pull it through. I pull your certificate of eligibility.
Nice.
See what the VA says, and I believe, because they don't tell me like what percentage it is, but I believe it's 10%, and then you have no funding fee.
I love it.
So,
someone in tears. Is it too early for tequila? Listen. My followers know what happens when I drink tequila. It is a little bit too early for tequila, but don't you worry. I'm going live this weekend. I'm doing some fun stuff, and I will make sure I have plenty of tequila for you to enjoy me making a fool of myself. Sai just tipped us $1.99. Thank you, Sai. Oh my God. I always forget that that's a thing you can do here.
That's so awesome.
I love that. Okay. Joe says, looking forward to taking the driving tour provided by Michelle of the Cerrone Group next week when we're in town. Joe, thank you for reaching out to our team. Michelle Whipperman is one of our amazing agents, and she's probably one of the ones that you're going to speak to when you do click that link. We don't typically offer the big driving tour as much anymore because it's not COVID friendly, I should say. And the market has changed so drastically. But if there's an opportunity, and if you're working with her already to buy, she's going to figure out how to do it for the buyers who are actively buying with us. So thank you, Joe. We really, really love you and appreciate you. Can I move into a 55 plus community as a single person who's not 55 yet? I think there's some rules around that. I don't believe you can move in until you are of age, but I think there's some rules based on the year that you buy and how soon thereafter your birthday is going to come and when you're going to be 55. But typically, if you're going to purchase a home in a 55 plus community, you have to be 55 at the time of closing. That's what they typically like. I've seen somebody get around it 1 or 2 times only, and it was a very weird experience.
I was going to say, because they'd probably have specific guidelines on the HOA.
It's the rules in HOA. I mean, they're genuinely breaking the laws, the bylaws, if they let you do it. Every now and then they can petition and get someone to be approved, but it's pretty rare. So yeah. If you're almost 55, just give it a couple more months, or just write a really long offer and make them wait until you turn 55 to go in. So, or build a 55 plus house so that you can start it at 54. Options. We want to help you through it. I like how you're thinking of. Steven said, Amber, that you even remembered me just makes me want to cry.
My cat says hello. Oh,
I love this. Aww. Rarity Goddess says, what is the update on owning Airbnbs in Las Vegas in 2021? So the laws,
like the Airbnb queen. Let's hear the laws.
I don't even know. So we have an entire Airbnb playlist on my channel. So please feel free to kind of poke around. We did several videos about each and every area and the laws that we knew at the time. I've not done a new series, but we are working on a new series right now. We're going to be probably releasing it in November. So just stay tuned. The laws, I don't think, have shifted a ton. What has shifted, though, is availability for those homes to be purchased. Mm-hmm. And they're getting pretty strict about enforcing some of those noise regulation stuff and the must hand out the pamphlet. They're just getting more strict. So stay tuned. We're going to do a complete update on that. But our team is here and ready to answer your individual questions about Airbnb. And if you don't want to wait till November and you're thinking about buying, click the link and we can certainly do a phone call and just give you as much information as we have. But it's tough keeping up with them because Las Vegas has different rules, Henderson has different rules, North Las Vegas has different rules, and none of them talk or do it together or do it with each other. But we're doing our best to bring you the info. Thank you for just knowing that we know about Airbnb. We love you.
Yeah.
Vegan Lady says, in 15 years, LOL, I'll be 55. I just want to live around quiet people. Listen. No harm, no foul. We love you. But here's the good news. There's some really awesome, pretty quiet neighborhoods here in Vegas that don't have to be 55 plus. So if you're thinking about moving to Vegas or buying, let us kind of look into that and see.
But I love how you're looking for the future.
I do love that. And listen, we can never guarantee who's going to be your neighbor, right? But but we can definitely kind of lean into some of the areas that we're pretty solidly, confident about. What homes that have not been moved out of or sold in a very long time, people who are there to stay, things like that are kind of fun to keep in mind. Mm-hmm. So. Any new updates for first-time buyer programs? Tish, always for tuning in.
Tish,
we love
that's
you.
A great question. So first-time buyer programs is mostly focused on like grant programs. So like that help with the down payment. So
I was starting to say earlier by accident, Home is Possible. Is that still available?
Home is Possible is still available.
It's possible and important, as I was saying.
Yeah, there's actually a few different grant programs. Like Home is Possible is my favorite because it goes higher income limits.
I love it.
But conventional does offer 2-3% down with reduced mortgage insurance for first-time home buyers, and that's without using a grant. So yes, let's talk about first-time home buyers and get you in.
I just want to reiterate, I've never met another lender who does as much work. I'm sorry, I just love you, and this is why I've chosen to partner with Amber, and I believe why you've chosen to partner with me. We think alike. We care about you, care about your experience. I don't care if you buy a house. I really don't, but I really want you to look into it because I think it's a good investment for you. Of course, we make money, but again, that's not our driver here. If you can't tell, if you don't believe me at this point,
and then
we do what's right, money follows.
Yeah.
So for me, I've never met another lender who takes as much time out of her day to work with people who may or may not want to buy, may or may not want to do anything with what's happening. She is so dedicated and has a team around her that is so dedicated to doing what's right for you and telling you it's not the right time to buy, or oop, you got to wait a little while, or oop, you're getting close here. She's just amazing. And I just want you guys to know that like the fact that you're here
emotionally, I don't know why.
Stop it. But the fact that I love you, the fact that like we're sitting here telling you, guys, don't get frustrated. It's not that I'm going to have to pay above list value and I'm never going to get a house. It's let me talk to Amber and see what's possible for me. Let me see what grants I can lean into. Let me see how I can use someone else's money to get my down payment paid. And then I'll use the money that I've been saving for so long for this beautiful home to put it on the market and make it happen for my dream. So please know that this is not some sales pitch. It sounds like it because I'm always telling you to click the link, but I really just need a lot of friends and I just like meeting people.
Well, and I think too, you want to see people like you have a passion
I want to see people thrive.
Homeownership. Homeownership, honestly.
I have a passion for Vegas first, right? I want to see people move here and love living here. And then, if you're going to live here, you might as well own a home.
Having a home, having something that you can do what you want, you can build financial future in it. You know, there's all kinds of benefits to it.
I love it.
I think you ultimately want to see everybody like benefit in all ways in their Vegas life.
We both do. Okay, I'm going to be quiet. I'm sorry. I just go off on these tangents. Okay. Rarity says, can I still get a license? Absolutely. Yeah. A real estate license? Yes. A license for your driver's license? Yes. The lines are just stupid long and the DMV sucks. But other than that, of course you can get a license. Lending license? Yes. I just don't know how long that process takes. So I'm tired of seeing homes so close to one another. I want a quiet area. That's vegan lady. Yeah, we get it. We totally get it. So you would probably want to look at one of the older areas of town, which are kind of cool. Those houses have such great character. Some places out in North Las Vegas also have a lot more space and land around it. Spring Valley is an area that we really, really love too. So don't you worry. We got you covered. Someone here saying likes are free, folks. That is absolutely correct. If you're enjoying what we're putting out here, we would appreciate a like. We would appreciate it for share it with your friends.
Oh, I like you.
Subscribe. We love you. Thank you. I'm going to pause for a moment before we answer some more questions and let you guys know I'm doing a really stupidly ridiculous, expensive giveaway that I'd really like to have you enter to win. And it's in a channel that I'm on my channel. There's a video that's about.
I mean, honestly, it looks really fun.
It's going to be amazing. Yeah. Do you want to come into Vegas and hang out with me and Jacob's Life in Vegas? Do you want to go see the Chiefs play the Raiders at the Allegiant Stadium and some of the dopest seats?
Chiefs too?
Yeah, girl, I picked the biggest and best game of the entire season, and it's the dopest seats. You want to have all your drinks and food and all that paid for? Do you want to stay
I do.
for
How
free?
Do I enter?
You are not allowed to enter because you're unfortunately part of it.
Okay, how did I enter so I can see pictures and live through them?
And then beyond that, you get to go out to dinner with us afterward. We're going to party it up. We're going to give you a free hotel stay. Like, this is costing me a lot of money. Please come and win it. Good Lord. But I'm so excited. So Jacob's Life in Vegas and I are partnering up to do this really cool giveaway. He's going to post it on his channel maybe today sometime. And we're just so excited. So if you haven't entered to win, please go to that video. Please enter to win. Just subscribe to Jacob and I on all the platforms that we share. And we're going to be doing the drawing on October 25th. I really, really want to meet some of you. I know. I want to meet you guys. Tish, enter. Rarity Goddess, enter.
Especially the Raiders. Enter. Have you been to the Raiders game yet? Yes. Like, it just seems like such a good. I haven't been. Is it so fun? Would you like to go? Yes. I do.
Okay, we'll have to figure that out. But I'm telling you right now, actually, I think I had you earmarked for a game already because we do have some tickets. Yeah, I thought we talked about this. We'll talk about it offline. Anyway. I want you to know, like, I love meeting new people. I love putting a face to the name. And the fact that you guys are here, even just supporting what we're doing, like, guys, go win the freaking contest. Like, it's free freaking tickets and these seats are dope. So come and hang out with me, please. It's going to be a great time. I promise not to use the word dope at any time in the night if you don't like it. Just show up. Okay, let's look and see if we have any more questions and then we will move forward and let you guys know what we're up to. Let's see. We've got Miss Wenley says, are any pros and cons to buying a resale versus new construction? I'll give a couple pros and cons if that's okay. Maybe
I can add too.
So for me, the pros and cons are really this timeline, right? So when we know that the rates are possibly going to be increasing, we know there's lumber shortages. We know that it's tough right now for the new home community. It's tough across the board, but for new homes, it's tough because everybody and their mom's standing in line waiting to get that new home. So there's wait lists, there's lotteries for the lots. There's the builders are starting to charge stupid amounts of money for these stupid lots that are just another line item on their P&L to make money, right? So it's really getting a little out of hand. We love our new home communities. We love selling new homes, and we have got great relationships that are helping us maintain a kind of a stronghold on that. But if you're in a rush to land that free money, take advantage of an awesome grant, and I say free money, I use that term very loosely. I'm not a lender. I'm not allowed to say that. But, when I say the really low rates, like when you want to take advantage of that, there's really no guarantee when you're going to be able to lock in that rate when you're working on a new home construction.
Lock in the rate or the price.
Or the price. Because
the price
that's true. I forgot about that. Yes. So as you're sitting waiting in line for that home, they're every 3 to 4 weeks upping the price of the home by $3,000 to $4,000. every 3 to 4 weeks, every 3 to 4 weeks. So it dwindles what you're going to be able to spend to customize the home. It dwindles what you're going to be able to qualify for. It takes away from your ability to get what you want. Resale, yeah, it's a little bit of a dog eat dog world. And yeah, you might have to do some upgrades or who knows, right? There's a lot of really beautiful homes that have been just beautifully upgraded in the Valley. But you're going to get it now. You're going to know you have the home. You're going to solidly lock it in. You got that price. And then you get to move in and make money while the rest of the people are waiting in line for that home. The values of the homes around you are already going up. So I'm a big fan right now of resale. Thank you. I'm a big fan of resale just simply because we know rates are going to start clicking up. And we know that resale is kind of a guaranteed thing versus new home. It's, well, when they call me, I did put my name on a list 8 months ago, but I haven't heard anything. That just doesn't work,
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.
I think you said it beautiful. The only thing I add to that is the taxes are also cheaper on resale.
Yes. Oh, that's true.
Because it's dependent on when the house is built that the taxes are assessed. So some people whenever I'm going over the payments, they're like, oh, maybe I'll stick to resale.
Vegan Lady asked a great question. I think this is awesome for us to talk about. So we've both been in Vegas a long time. I've been here since 1989. Yes, I'm old enough to be here since 1989. I was a wee tot. And
do I want to say what
you
year?
should not say the year. She was born and raised here. That's what we're going to say. We don't need to say the year because you were born here.
We need to say the year?
No, I said it because I moved here then. Anyway, okay. So she said, why are some homes built so close together? Like you can really see into each other's windows and hear people. And it's not like this across the entire Valley. So I want to just make sure we all know I love you, Vegan Lady. And yes, you are making a valid point. It's not everywhere. It's definitely in some communities. The reason, she says, why are some of the builders doing this? Money. Bottom line, money. Let's think about it this way. Let's say you bought a parcel of land that had 55 acres and you're going to build a new master plan community of beautiful homes that you've designed with an architect and you're so excited on this 55 acres. You go to your money people, you look at the architect, you look at the land plotting and you say, I can give everybody this big of a yard, which is what I really wanted when I designed these homes, but it's only going to allow me to make this amount of money and only going to be allowed to put this 100 homes on this 55 acres. The guy across from you, who's your money guy, says, but sir or madam, but madam is what I'm going to say, but madam, but if you only took away a little bit off of the yard, or if you made them pushed a little bit closer together by only 1 foot or 2 feet, you can now get another 50 homes, which gives you this much more net revenue. So that's the bottom line. So it's really a matter of really maximizing the dollar for what they're spending. And land is not cheap right now, especially for these builders. Some of them have held the land for a while, so they've been holding it.
The ones that they've held for a while, but as they move forward,
forget it, right?
It's super expensive right now.
So they're just maximizing the income. They're really, the revenue. And then because of that, it's also the demand in the homes, right? Building a beautiful community that has 50 homes with 40 acres to each of them is great, but that doesn't really maximize the land use here in Nevada. And land's not making any more, right? God or the universe or whoever created this place back in the day, definitely was like, well, this is not what you're going to get. So work with what I gave you, right? So, so until that happens, till land is invented again and more land is built, till we start moving upward and high rises and things like that, we're capped. So they're really just trying to make sure that they maximize that land and that we plan the city to accommodate the incoming flux of all the people here. Look at me sounding all knowledgeable.
You are. I was impressed. I just sat back and listened to you.
Lady Victoria says, I'm so looking forward to moving to Vegas and we cannot wait for you to get here, girl. James, is Toll Brothers planning to build more single family homes in Inspirada? Yes, I believe they are. I think they're wrapping up their final, or maybe they've already wrapped up their final communities up there. They're building in Cadence, which is another section of Henderson that you should consider. They just broke ground. Beautiful. They might have sold out already. Toll Brothers is very popular.
They might have sold out already.
They might have sold out already. I have to check. But please call our team. We can talk to you specifically about Toll Brothers because we have a partnership with another team, the Conforti and Olson team at Xpand Realty. And we have a tie directly into Toll Brothers where we get a little bit more inside information than most of the average realtors in Las Vegas. So, there you go. Let's see. As an international traveler, is it not possible until December to what? I'm not sure. To buy probably. Vegan Lady says dope all the time. Love you for that. Thank you. Spencer's Crypto Vibe says, just saying hi. I like when I catch your lives. LOL. We love you, Spencer. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
A lot of people have just been giving us really, really great, comments and questions. And this is
we
why
love your questions.
We love you guys.
We love the interaction. So fun.
Amber and I are going to go live more often now that it's cooled down. I'm going to maybe try to get her to go out to, drinks and dinner with me at some point. I don't know, but keep your questions coming. If you have a question that we did not answer today, or you want to just speak with us specifically, I'm just going to give the plug again because it makes sense to just click the link. We just want to chat. We want to get to know you. The market's shifting, but it's not necessarily shifting overnight. So while there's a moment of pause and things are kind of flowing like water, we want to get you into the process so that you can kind of be ready to strike when you're ready to go. We don't want you to be starting the process when you're ready to go. That's never a good idea.
Yeah. It's better to get you going beforehand.
Yeah. Amber, any closing thoughts or a song, a dance from you? Anything?
No, you're the one that's good at the dances. I mean, nobody wants to see me sing, okay?
I'm doing more roller dancing these days.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm having
you know
blast.
what? You look adorable on your roller skates.
Fine. Who wants to come roller skate with me? I'm going to be doing actually some free roller skating classes. I'm partnering with a new skate shop that opened up in town. We're going to be teaching.
That skate shop looked amazing. I'm going to have to go there.
Thank you. You are going to have to go there. I'm going to get her on roller skates. Mark my words.
I would totally do roller skates.
Oh my God, it's happening.
I might not do dancing, but I will totally do roller skates.
It's happening. It's done. We're going right after this. Thank you for tuning in. We love you so much. We're so appreciative of the fact that you're even thinking about moving to our beautiful neon hometown. And I love you. I'm grateful for you.
Love you too. It's always good to be on your channel. Thanks
Love
for inviting me.
If you haven't already subscribed to Amber's channel, do it. It's in the description below. We haven't put videos out in a little bit, but
it's coming.
It's coming. So you do not want to miss it. And I mean, who would not want to look at this beauty every
day?
I know I do.
I'm gonna be all big headed the rest of the day. Thank you.
All right, love you guys so much, and stay tuned. I'm gonna be going live, and my Cerrone Group channel finally hit 1,000 subscribers.
That's so exciting.
So exciting. So we're gonna be going live. We're gonna be doing neighborhood tours. We're gonna be walking you around the city. It's not going to just be me either. It's going to be my gorgeous team. Have you seen my team? No.
They are beautiful people.
A gorgeous
inside
team.
And out.
Inside and out.
Yeah.
Please go subscribe as well in the description. We want to make sure you guys don't miss anything we're doing. I'll talk to you soon. Go do the giveaway. Go enter
get some Raiders tickets.
See you guys. Bye-bye.